Tentatively, it was a 1:10 start time. It is 1 o'clock here, local, live. All right, again, the chat within YouTube is open. It's easily available from your phone or tablet or computer if you're watching it there. If you're watching it on a TV, it's a little, you can observe the chat depending on the model and everything. There's not a lot of input options there. But thank you for Izzy and friends for acknowledging. So a couple housekeeping things. The internet was a little slow today, so I made a choice. I'm not streaming this at the highest video quality possible. It still should be available to you in high definition or HD. So if it looks a little grainy, you can go into your settings and say, hey, I want to watch this in 720p. So that's kind of how many lines it's producing on the screen. There is another better option, which I can't do today because the internet. So as opposed to having buffering and graininess, I chose to drop it down a little. Hopefully it's a still good viewing experience. And I am recording this such that I'll upload another copy at a higher quality, either tonight or tomorrow. And then you have the ability then to rewatch it. If you weren't here with us at the first session, I'll just run through a little housekeeping, how I run meets. Hopefully you enjoy it. If you do have some suggestions or feedback, any feedback, good or bad, please share it. You can put it in the chat. You know, that is public. Everybody can see it. Or you can email me. Email is commonguysportsnj, and it's all one big word, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. Or if you click on the About within YouTube, you can find a way to get in touch with us. So real quick, so when we start off, I'm going to be with camera number 2. It's my number 2 in my head, which is this view. Now, I should be getting a copy of the heat sheets, and if I do, I'll be able to display lanes and information. Now, this is just dummy information. Those are the swimmers from earlier today. Those are not the ones racing soon. But the logos I'm trying to work on, hopefully I have everybody inputted. Size of them, I'm sorry, still learning to talk here. The size of them is fluctuating, so I got to clean that up. Hopefully I'll do that as we're going. If not, I could just shut off the logos and do names. So the blue names you see, I steal that from the heat sheet. So it's lane number, last name, comma, first name, age, team affiliation, and then a seed time. So that time there is the swimmer's best time that they've swum this particular race. That does not get updated. Okay, so that blue text you see on the lane overlays and the orange text on the top right, those are just static numbers. Okay. You need to reference the scoreboard on the top left. That is a camera shooting at the scoreboard. That'll be updated in real time. So the scoreboard layout, leftmost column is the lane number, the name. And those names look a little funny because the last race we had this morning was relays. So those are basically just the team names and then the A, B, C, D, depending on which relay. The next column will be the team, and we'll have that for individuals. And then we'll have splits and then cumulative time. And then the rightmost column, you see a P up there. That is for place. And the other data part of this, the layout is the top center. That'll have the actual text information regarding what event we're on. And then below that will be the event, the running time, and then the heat. So the most important thing is we'll be starting with event 13, heat 1. I don't have official heat sheets yet. As soon as I do, I'll kind of share as much information as I can. But the information is in Meet Mobile. So Meet Mobile is an app for phones or tablets you can download. You'll be able to find this meet under, say, New Year's Sprints. Okay. Again, you know, hopefully you're aware of that and you're using it. I'm just trying to get mine connected. So with Meet Mobile, there is a free version. You get a lot of information with that. And then there's a pay version. The pay, I think it's $10 a year. I don't pay anymore. My kids are older. But within there, as I was told this morning's session, things were getting updated near real time. So that is a good way to get an idea after seeding happens. So again, I'm I'm going to talk a lot about just little nuances or the way things work, just in case, so we have some new parents. If I'm talking too much, I'm sorry. And again, that's part of the feedback I love to hear. Sometimes people are like, we want to know more. Some people are like, we, just want to watch the meet. So again, love to get feedback. But so within the meet, kids are then to be seeded based on their times that they've swum the race in the past. And there's a potential, like everything, that there's a no-shows. So as kids show up, they check in with the coaches. The coaches determine who's not here. If somebody is not here, then they scratch them, and then that information is passed back to the office where they'll go and basically remove a swimmer from an event that he or she might have signed up for in the past, like coming in. And then basically we might have gone from 20 swimmers down to 18. So 6-lane pool, we could swim that now in 3 heats. And all that is kind of reworked, okay? And then that is what's known as the heat sheets. So you'll hear terms like psych sheet, which is pre-scratches, and then heat sheet, okay? So I'm waiting for the official heat sheets, which will tell us how many events of, how many heats for a particular event that we're running, okay? And I'll feed that information back to you. So we should be starting shortly. As you can see give you the bird's eye view, this is a 6-lane, 25-yard pool. Left side, starting side, lane 1 is the nearest lane there, going up to lane 6. If you look out that window on the top of the screen, that is Summit Firehouse. So we're kind of downtown, I guess a little west of downtown in Summit. So with the younger kids, we are swimming some 25s. So they'll start on the left-hand side, swim left to right. I do not see timing apparatus at the far end. So the scoreboard will not stop when they touch the wall. We do have hand timers down there for the little kids, so we'll get 2 hand timers. Okay. So I am having trouble finding this in Meet Mobile. Because I mistyped. There it is. So it's called New Year Sprints 2023. Sorry, there it is. All right, so you should be able to find it. The second, if you click on Meet Schedule, Events, 10 and Unders is our session. So we're starting with event 13, going to event 34. And a very traditional type of event. The girls will swim the odd numbers, then the boys will swim the equivalent of the evens. So we're starting off with 100-yard IM, then we go 25 free, girls, then boys, then we go 50 free, 25 back, 50 back, 25 fly, 50 fly, 25 breast, 50 breast, 100 free relay, and then 200 free relay. All right. So the 25s, we're running for the 8 and unders, and the 50s and the 100s will be for the 10 and unders. All right. So with this, if I kind of, in Meet Mobile, if I click on event 13, it shows that there's 44 swimmers. So rough math says we need 8 heats, depending if there were scratches and so on. So I don't have the full heat sheets, so I can't, hold on. All right, sorry if I yelled into your ear. The heat sheets went flying by. So I have a paper copy, so we can kind of get little information from this. So again, starting event 13, there's 8 heats. First heat has 3 swimmers, McKnight, Haley Butcher, and Newsom, okay? And these are seeded slowest to fastest. So in this first, one. Yeah, so if anybody's familiar with heat sheets, and again, I want to make you feel like you were here, you basically have 3 pages both sides. So if you would, 6 pages of heat sheets in a 3-column format. Okay, so they're just running some tests on the scoreboard, as you can see. All right, so let me double check. I haven't gotten. All right. So kind of running through, if we would do a dry run here. So we're then, again, we'll start with this particular camera. When I get the names in, I'll put them on the screen. As they start, I'm going to transition to this camera, which is mid-pool. So you'll get an idea kind of, again, lane one's all my cameras are on the same side. That's weird. All my cameras are on the same side, so lane one will always be at your bottom. Okay, so this is mid-pool. You can see kind of who got off to a good start. And then the other camera I have is at the far end for the turn-in. Or this will be the finish for the 25s. Again, it's a 25-yard pool, swimming left, starting at the left side. Okay, again, so we're starting here. I don't know why this camera flickered. Hopefully it behaves. So just for reference, if you haven't been to Summit Y, the spectator area, it's 5 rows of seating. We're about 10 feet up on this side of the pool, so they're right next to me. So all the spectators basically have the same kind of view that you have. The difference is it feels like it's 110 degrees in here. And then just one other, again, a logistic thing. So here at Summit Y, all the swimmers are up in the gym and then marshaled down. So the pool, they'll come in from that top right side of your screen there and then either come on this near side or the far side. If they're keeping with tradition, they'll use the far side, which you'll see those bleachers over there. They'll kind of line them up there. And this, you know, it's a good way to make sure they're unready, and then they move behind the blocks to the left side. Behind the blocks all the way to the left, you'll see there's 2 volunteers per lane. They'll get clipboards with all the swimmers. Swimmers are responsible to come down, say, hi, this is Joe Smith, I'm swimming here, and then they'll make sure that they're lined up accordingly. The challenge with the young kids, as you can see from the scoreboard in the top left, we have 3 entries in this particular race. We don't always fill all the lanes. You know, if you have an odd number and they're conscientious, they don't put just single swimmers or 2, they'll kind of spread out. So we have 3. Now the next swimmer who's in heat 2 for lane 1, you know, needs to be aware that he or she doesn't swim with this heat 1, that they wait. They basically sit out a race and then it'll be their turn. So that's part of the responsibility of the volunteers behind. So again, I'm waiting for an update with all the names, and then when I get that, you'll see that updated on the top right of the screen. Okay. Feel free to post any questions or comments in the chat. I'll try and keep an eye out for it. I ask you to be respectful. All right. Again, we're just about to get started. You see all the volunteers behind. Swimmers are few on deck. Again, we're starting event 13 girls, 10 and under 100-yard IM. So obviously 25-yard pool, swim 100. It's going to be 1 length of each stroke discipline. Total of 4 lengths. All right, again, You want to focus on the top center of the screen. That'll keep you updated with what event is being swum, so that about to be swum. So again, this session starting with event 13, going through to event 34. I said 34. Yeah. All right, so here, if we look on this side, so on the top of the center of your screen, you can see the 3 swimmers coming down, being marshaled by a volunteer there. They'll make their way around, and what you should see is those bleachers on the top center, just under those color blocks, basically starting to fill up with other swimmers as they come down. Okay, so now we see the swimmers behind the blocks. Again, 3 entries here, first race. Girls 10 and under, 100-yard IM. All right, about to get started. So I don't have the names electronically, but you can see there. So lane 2 would be the swimmer closest to you. Lane 4, third one up. All right. Oh, jeez. Sorry, wrong camera. All right. So we're underway. Again, 25-yard pool, 100-yard IM. Girls will swim down. Breaststroke, transition to the backstroke. Oh, butter. Oh my God, butterfly to back. All right. Again, when the swimmers split out like this, I try and, I'll focus on either if there is a close race going on or try and keep as many swimmers in frame as possible. All right, this is the first race. Anybody just joining us? First heat of 8 total heats. All right, so another just little housekeeping. So up on the scoreboard, you see those dashes. So with the younger kids, there's times when they'll come into the wall and touch the timing pad. So a little hard to see, but if we look right there, right by Isabel and McKnight there in lane 2, our left hand is on the wall. So there's think of it as, it's basically a touch-sensitive pad. So think of 2 pieces of aluminum foil, a little airspace between it. So as the kids come in, they compress that, and it registers the finish. Now with the little smaller kids, not applying as much force or potentially hitting the top, which is not sensitive. So in that case, one of the volunteers behind has a manual button, think of like a Jeopardy plunger, that they push representing their finish time. And that's basically communicated to the system, and then it shows up as dashes, just so the officials know that's what occurred. Okay, so we're underway with heat number 2. Those names you see in the top left are the swimmers. So this is, again, the far end of the pool. There's not touch pads down here. So as the kids turn there, it will not indicate any splits. All the splits will be 50s and then subsequent 50, 100, and so on. All right, so that's our lead swimmer there in lane 3, middle going right to left, swimming freestyle. Again, this is the 10 and under 100-yard IM. It's our first event in this session, our second heat. All right, now up heat number 3. Again, if you're just joining us, all the meet information is in Meet Mobile. So Meet Mobile is an app for your phone or tablet. I don't believe they have a web interface for computers. All right, so they have now seeded it in Meet Mobile. So again, I suggest, if you haven't used it, it's pretty powerful. I've done demonstrations of how to use it on previous streams. If you go back, I did a Meet last week. I did it during session 3, so you can find that in the previous live streams. But it's pretty simple to use. You just need to search for the Meet name, and it's called New Year's Sprints. So years is plural and sprints is plural. And you'll be able to find it, and we're in the second session listed, 10 and unders. So it shows like 347 total swimmers, so large amount of swimmers. The projected finish time was around 4:15 p.m. It is now 1:22, so about 3 hours of swimming. With YouTube, at any point, you can pause and then, in a sense, maintain your spot, or you can, you can rewind with no impact either. So, in a sense, you have your own DVR of this. There's our first finisher. Yeah, I apologize. That red font on the scoreboard, it's pretty bright. It is bright here in person. Unfortunately, the camera kind of just blurs it a little. And then the only part, the rightmost column there, those yellow numbers, that is the finish order. And again, that could be a little skewed based on not having the finish touch registered correctly. All right, so that's the halfway point as they transition to breaststroke, and then they'll swim 25 breast and then do a 25 free back. Freestyle back to the start. All right, so I just got the heat sheet, so shortly I'll be able to display some names for you. And again, something that we've added, hopefully you find it useful, because it does add a little challenge to the meet. All right, underway here, heat number 5. All right, so on the top right, you should see names now in orange. And those are the swimmers up next. Okay, again, I write next race. So that is just, it could be the next heat. So in this case, it will be the swimmers in heat number 6. Or it might be when we transition from girls to boys, so it would be the heat number 1 of the boys. Again, it's just the next race. So hopefully you find that useful. Wrong camera again. All right. And at this start, I'll be able to then display the names with an overlay in their lane. So just tries to make it a little easier to associate where they are in the pool. Again, in the pool, the lane 1 is at the bottom of the screen or closest to us. So you got to kind of flip-flop that where the scoreboard, lane 1, is at the top of that display. Okay. Yeah, so Darren, I actually commented on that. I don't know if I beat you to it or if it was coincidentally right when you were posting. Yeah, the red is hard on the camera. I've tried playing with that. Unfortunately, in a sense, it is really bright here. So I don't have control over that. I will provide that feedback. Let me see if we can try and get names and lanes. What? Yeah, I got it. Can you turn the brightness down on the board? On the control, if you just push the round button, it should come to brightness. Just the red.
That's the way we've always
I know, the red just leaves.
You want me to, I can change the colors to blue.
Can you do that easy? Don't change your tempo. Can you try the brightness a little? All right, sorry if I was yelling in your ears there. So Darren, we'll see what we can do. I found Coach Pat. He's going to look into that. So, all right, again, heat 6 in the water. The names on the top right should now be updated for the swimmers in heat 7. All right, so let's see. We got this. All right. So again, sorry, some of those logos are. So hopefully that gives you just a quick visual, finding a particular swimmer. All right, again, this is Heat 7 coming to a finish. Heat 8 swimmers' names on the top right. They're up next. That's our final heat. All right. All right, final heat underway. We get the names for the boys updated on the top right. We have 8 heats on the boys' side up next. So, Darren, Coach Pat turned down the brightness a little. I've been trying to tweak it. I don't know if that's any better. The challenge here is, with the scoreboard, trying to keep it out of the way, yet keep part of the pool. So I can make it a little bigger. The only challenge, then it kind of potentially steps on or cuts off some of the kids at the start. So, again, all the times will be in Meet Mobile. You can see splits and so on from that aspect. All right, here we come down to the finish here. Again, final heat for the girls. Up next will be the first of 8 for the boys. Nice swim there. Isabel Kowalski there came in 1:20.10, swam a 1:18.22. It's almost a 2-second drop. Nice way to start the day. All right, here's the boys' names. Again, that blue text, lane assignment, last name, first name, age, team affiliation, and then a seed time. And you see a few other boys had an NT or no time for a seed time. Just means that they've never swam this in a timed meet to have an official time, which they can then use to enter and be seated accordingly. All right, again, Heat 1 in the pool. Names for 2 are in the top right in orange. Boys are coming into halfway. Transition to breaststroke and then freestyle back. So there's times when boys are, in this case, are split up. So I'm going to this camera angle. Again, it's not great to see everything, but gives you an idea. And you can see that blue rail needs some paint. So if anybody's a painting contractor, Summit Area YMCA might be a spot for a job. So, okay, far end. Here's the boys transition at 75, transitioning to freestyle. So all the boys swimming right to left are coming in for a finish. Oh, Common Guy Sports on YouTube. Just 3 words, Common Guy Sports. Looks like you're doing really good. Thank you. All right, here we go. Heat 2. All right, the names for Heat 3 are now updated on the top right. Again, I'll try and, I try and stay a little ahead. So if you don't know the particular heat that your swimmer of interest is in, you'll be able to see it visually. So this is our lead swimmer here in lane 1, Leo Fitzsimmons. And then all right, so majority of swimmers here turning at 75 to come and finish on the freestyle. So Leo's an 8-year-old, came in with a 2:02, just swam a 1:33. So I'm not guessing he swam this, maybe he's 6-year-old, but great drop there. Great swim, Leo. All right, up next is Heat 3 of 8. And again, these are seeded slowest to fastest. So as we go on to additional heats, we will progressively have lower entry times and then ultimately should have lower finish times. All right, underway, Heat 3. All right, Darren, thanks for acknowledging. Yeah, so it's a little challenging. I don't know, the pool with the windows and changing conditions sometimes. So, all right, here we are at 50 splits. So the internet today was a little slower than wanted or expected, however you want to say it. So I'm streaming at not full resolution. I'm streaming at 720p, if anybody understands that, versus going full 1080. So you're still getting a high def image. It's just not as it'll be a little less crisp and as detailed as potential if I could. So what I'm doing, I'm recording a separate stream and basically making a local recording that I will then upload. So if you're planning to rewatch this in a day or two, come back to my channel and you'll see the same session, but I'll put a flag on it that it's the uploaded higher quality. And the reason I mentioned that, YouTube has the ability. Yeah, so I don't know if this is interesting. We have two Devin Perez's entries with different seeds. So I'm going to upload a separate copy. And YouTube now has the ability to create what they call clips. So from this 3-hour stream, you'll have the ability to go in and select a particular race, a particular 30 seconds, and then save that off and be able to share just that. So some parents are utilizing that, if you want to share something with a relative and, you don't want to just say, there is ability in YouTube, yes, to say, share a link and say start at this point. This just makes it a little easier where you're sending a link to somebody and they could just watch a small segment. And then if anybody does have an interest in having, downloaded local copies of something, you can reach out to me. I can also provide that. Onesie, twosies, if it was a large engagement, time consuming, we can discuss that. But again, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. But hopefully the stream quality is sufficient for today. And then if you wanted it for, if anybody got, I've watched these on 50-inch TVs. They seem okay. Unfortunately, I don't have an 85 or anything to test it on. So if anybody does have that luxury, let me know how it would look on something that big. It's obviously going to be a little grainier, but might be usable. All right. So here we are coming into the finish. Lane 4 leading us out, followed by lane 5 and then 2 and 3. Again, this is heat 4 in the water, 8 total heats. Okay, the names now for 6 are updated in the top right. So if anybody's interested, also occurring today at Morristown High School for those people from the Morris County area, so Chatham to westward, and it applies to the Randolph team. The high school Morris County Championship is today at Morristown Pool. That's being covered by Morris Sussex Sports on YouTube. So again, if you go to the magnifying glass and search, you can find that. So probably, kids from Chatham High, Randolph, Madison that you might be familiar with. And then I heard there's an important football game tonight. So hopefully we're all wrapped up. Everybody's back home and ready to watch the Giants take down the Eagles. All right. So that's Heat 5 coming to a conclusion. Six in the water. Names for 7 are now updated on the top right. All right, 7 in the water. On deck is, after this, final heat. And then we move on to 25-yard freestyles. So we should see some of those swimmers at the top of your screen as we transition. Here the girls are coming back behind the blocks. So the first place there, Aiden Lee, lane 2, came in with a 124, swam a 118.40. Awesome swim. All right, here's our names, final heat. All right, now on the top right, you'll see the names for the girls. Again, that is going to be the first heat of the 25 free up next. This is the final heat for the boys. Event 14. Less than a half a second separating first and second there as we were halfway. 240. All right. So there's going to be a little pause. So logistically, what you'll see is all the volunteers on the left-hand side, the timers, and if you would, the recorder there, the gentleman you see with the clipboard. They're going to make their way down to the other end of the pool for the 25. So I'm surprised. So the girls have stepped up. We'll have them kind of relax. Yeah, so see the official on the bottom of the screen. All right. So this will be a 25 left to right. We have 5 heats for the girls. Again, this is a 8 and under race. So there won't be a stop of the scoreboard, but we'll have official, well, they will consider them official times with the 2 stopwatches. All right. So as we look at the far end, we'll start seeing all the volunteers filling in. Okay. So, and here's our overhead shot of the pool, and then we see the kids on the top of the screen being marshaled in, getting ready. All right. So they're clearing the pool for the boys, ready to go with the girls, 25-yard freestyle. And all right. Jump back to the starting end. Again, there's not timing devices to trigger at that far end, so the scoreboard will just go to a reset of 0. And here's our names and teams for the second. All right, again, this is heat 2 in the water, 2 of 5. And the names now for heat 3 are updated on the top right. Here's our swimmers. What's going on here? Did this not update? Now we're updated. Sorry about that. All right, so that was heat 3. Here's the names for 4. And on the top right, now I've updated the names for 5 up next. All right, so 4 are about to start. All right. Our swimmers back here for final heat 5. I only see 3 swimmers. Somebody retrieving goggles or a cap. Okay, here comes our rest of our lineup here. And again, with the younger kids, they can go off the block or start right off the wall. I step up lane 1. All right, underway. Final heat of the girls. On the top right, you see the entries for the boys' first heat. And on the boys' side, 6 heats. Lane 2, good job. Looks like Sierra Gleason came in with the low time there. All right, let's jump back for the boys. Again, 6 heats on the boys' side. And then giving you the true look ahead after this, we're going to 50-yard freestyle. Names for Heat 2 boys, top right. All right, Heat 2 in the water. Names for 3 will be updated in 2 seconds. Here's our names for Heat 3. And that's what's going on here. All right, sorry, having a little internet slowness. Hopefully we get through this. What is going on? Come on. What are you doing here? Why? All right. So I'm still recording, having a little issue with internet. All right, hopefully we're back online. I didn't, so just had a little blip with the internet here. Ironically, you missed a little, but didn't miss a ton. They were very slow marshaling in the upcoming race, which I think is this going to be Heat 6 now? So, sorry about that. We didn't really miss too much. Why is that? All right, so this is Heat 6. So the final of the boys, 25 free. I do have a recording, so we did miss one race in there. Went off the air. Hopefully I'm recovered. If somebody could acknowledge we're back, everything looks okay. So that's going to conclude the 25. Now all the timers have to come back to the other end. So again, sorry about that. Had a little blip in the internet. We're going to move on to the 10 and under 50 free, starting with the girls. We'll see some of them lining up behind. We have 10 heats here, so all right. So if somebody could acknowledge that everything seems like we're back. Beauty of live TV. All right, moving on. This is event 17, Heat 1. Heat 1 of 10. And again, just to always have a physical reference. So the heat sheet really is 6 pages. We just, before this, a couple races ago, turned the page to page 2. All right, here's our swimmers. So this is a 50 free down and back. All right, underway. All right, thanks for a few people acknowledging. All right, so that was Heat 1. Names for Heat 2 are updated on the top right. Here's our swimmers for Heat 2. And again, the open lanes just come down to, trying to fill as many but not having just one or two swimmers in a particular heat. So kind of from this point forward, we'll have full lanes provided no last minute scratches or no shows. And so definitely good improvements here from the seed times. Again, we're seeing those dashes representing the button push versus the touch registering on the wall. All right, Heat 3 underway. Names for 4 are updated on the top right. All right, here's our swimmers for the next race. Good swim there, ladies. Kind of dropping time significant. Olivia Beamer up there in lane 6 came in with the 43.76. And I don't know, I think she was better than that. I think the touch didn't fully register. So great job. And just acknowledge in that last race, Sia O'Keefe, 7-year-old, racing with the older kids. All right, just to say it again, this is heat 6 in the water. We're going to 10 heats here, and then we have 12 on the boys' side. And again, Annie Choppy there, lane 5. Looked like she came in first, just not getting the touch, so. Names for 8 are updated now on the top right. And again, at any point on YouTube here, you can hit pause, take a break. You can rewind should you miss anything, and then either, continue to watch a little delayed or always jump ahead at any point to catch up. The stream will be there, tomorrow, next week, next year, provided Google's still around and maintaining YouTube. But if you want something for longer posterity, I am going to upload a higher quality one. And should you want to take clips from that, you can do it through yourself through some means, or if you need assistance, you can always reach out. CommonGuySportsNJ@gmail.com. Okay, 8 underway. Names for 9 are now updated. Again, if you had joined, I don't know, about 5 minutes ago, we had a little internet blip. Had to stop streaming for a second, but I do have a recording. We missed basically, I think, half a race. I think I got the start. And fortunately, there was a marshalling delay. What was that? 36:23 on a 37:98. Nice swim, Addie Goodice. So, should that be a race of interest? That's what my thought. And then upload a full copy of the recording. So should that race be something of interest that we missed because of that blip? I have it. It'll just be a separate file that you could then reference. Okay. Names for the final heater on the top right. Again, this is 9 in the water, 10 total heats. $33.94 to a $34.03 between first and second. All right, final heat. All right, so that's going to conclude the girls' side of this event. Now we move to 18, the boys. Again, 12 heats on the boys' side. Here's our entries for Heat 1. 17-10. All right, underway with the boys. Again, this is event 18, looking beyond. Event 19, sorry, is 25-yard backstroke. So all those volunteers down there doing timing are going to get more exercise. Okay, updated names top right. All right, underway, Heat 3. All right, so that's going to conclude 3. Names for 4 are on the top right and also entered here. All right, underway. Four in the water, names for 5, top right. I don't know if I had the wrong names there. I might have had the wrong names there. Sorry about that. I got a little out of sync. All right, so this is 5 in the water. Names for 6 are on the top right. And again, I apologize. All right, so hopefully we're back on course here. Bryce Waters, lane 1. There we go. All right, I apologize again. Might have had the wrong labels on for that last race. Again, we're going to 12 heats on this race. $34.81 Markov. Nice 3.5 second drop there by Vlad Markov, lane 2. Right. 33. Nice 4-second drop by Ethan McKnight. Well, just under 4 seconds. Okay, Heat 9 swimmer stepping up. So again, the scoreboard will update the names, but the times stick around until the next race starts. So provided that you remember which lane the swimmer of interest is, you can then still reference those times, even though they'll basically increment to the next race. All right, so if that makes sense. So as this race concludes, those times that you see will stay there, and then basically inside in the console, they're basically saying next heat, which then basically jumps up and updates the names. All right. All right. So as we move to the next one, Heat 10. I thought we were going to have a tie, 63 to 67 there. Nice win, boys. I had a tie this morning. If anybody's never seen one in a swim meet, go back and watch the early session. It was a tie for first place, too. Heat 11. So I choose not to use a moving camera. I think kind of the fixed camera, sometimes it's better because from this view you can see kind of who's going into the wall first. This middle of the pool view, you can see who gets off to a start or who potentially made up a lot of time since the turn. And then this one looking down the wall, hopefully you get a good idea. You know, the finish, who's coming into the wall fast, but also at the start, you can get some reaction time. So, all right, upcoming Heat 12, final heat for the boys. Couple sub-30 times coming in. So from here, you know, you can see it looks like top of the pool had a little better start. Was that lane 5? So again, love to get feedback. Everybody, you know, it's how we kind of improve the service we provide by getting insight and input from everybody. Tight race across the board here. A couple 29s, 87 and 97. All right, now we're going to 25 backstroke. So again, just adds a little time. I think this is taken into account in the schedule. Again, the schedule had us swimming the last race at 4:08. We were about 12 minutes behind. So in real time, it is 2:29 right now. They had this race starting at 2:18. Okay. So we take a big view of the pool. The names on the top right are the swimmers upcoming. Again, 25 backstroke. Hopefully I said that correctly. 6 heats on the girls, 7 on the boys. And then we're going to go to 50 back. And then 25 butterfly, and then 50 butterfly. 25 breast, 50 breast. And then we have relays. 100s and 200 freestyle relay. All right, take a look at the girls lining up. Here's their lane assignments. 25-yard race, left to right. And on the top right, you see the names there for the Heat 2. All right, anybody just joining us, there are not timing devices at the far end, so the scoreboard will not stop. But as you can see, there's volunteers down there with stopwatches looking for the wall touch, and then they will record that time. Not official, but, you know, from the video, it is the same feed taking the the scoreboard and their touch, so you could associate it that way. But we need the official clock stopwatch times from on deck. Heat 2 underway. Names for Heat 3 are on the top right. Oh, sorry, I'm a little slow. All right, here we go with names for 3. All right, so the names for 3, I'm a little slow. All right, here they are stepping in. Did that? I'm sorry, the lane up now, Heat 4, sorry. The names now for 5, I'm sorry, are on the top right. So here's the finish for Heat number 4. I'm sorry if those were not accurate. Something's not getting updated correctly. Let me try and figure out what's going on. So Heat 5 in the water. All right, names for 6 are on the top right. That's our final heat. All right, let's go back to the start. Please refer to the scoreboard up there. For some reason, all right, so this is the final heat for the girls. That's Heat 6 in the water finishing. And then we'll go to Heat 7 for the boys. Let me see if these names are updating. There we go. All right, now we have updates for the boys. want this? All right, heat 1 just finishing. Heat 2 about to go. All right, underway, Heat 2. We get names updated for 3. Hopefully I'm back hitting my rhythm here. All right, names are updated for 3. I gotta go back here. Jeez. All right. Here's the next group of names.
Yeah, he's not down there. 6. Somebody got the seat up on top.
All right, so just a little marshaling delay. So I don't know if anybody's out there following the Morris County Swim Championships for high schools going on today. It's at Morristown High School. There is coverage on a different YouTube channel, Morris Sussex Sports. I just did a quick gander, being a Chatham Swim parent, or Chatham Swim alumni, I should say. Kind of a neat thing. 2 sisters, the Crawfords, went 1-2 in the, it's known as the 500, but since it's a meter pool, it swam as a 400. So pretty cool thing occurring over there. Hopefully Chatham girls repeat. They've had the county title for 13 years. There was 1 tie in there. Looks like a lot of the relays did well, so there's a lot of points in that type of championship meet. But if anybody is following that and sees updates, if you could post it, it'd be great. The Union County, where Summit and other pools, their championship, I think, is in a week or 2. They swim that traditionally at Rutgers. Yeah, and a rainy name here, Itab Ben Joseph, who goes to West Morris now, won the boys 400. So congratulations to him. I know he's an ex-Rainy swimmer. I had him at a meet a couple years ago. So. All right, underway here, Heat 3. Names for 4 on the top right. All right, jump back to the start end. And so ideally, and again, I'm just a spectator like you, the marshaling's a little slow here. The swimmers for the next heat should be behind the blocks. The challenge here is with the 25, the volunteers are at the right end, so they normally take some of that burden of checking swimmers in and so on. So. All right, heat 4 about to start. Names for 5 are now updated on the top right. In this event 20, we're going to 7 total heats. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong camera. Okay. Yeah, so as you can see off on the top left along the long length of the pool, those color on the wall, those color cards or sheets of paper there, orange, pink, yellow, that's lane 1, lane 2. So those is a way of marshaling that the swimmers will come down, line up in order for the upcoming races, and then will then move behind the blocks. All right, so back to the start. Here's our names for the upcoming swimmers. All right, again, we're just a little slow here in the marshaling. That's what the delays in between the races. So we see some of it's filling in a little. We see girls coming down and taking spots. So again, this is upcoming heat 6 of 7, and then we're going to the 50 backstroke. All right, so the names for the boys in heat 7 are updated on the top right. All right, final heat here for the boys, and then we move to 50 back for the girls. Those names are updated on the top right. So for the 50 back on the girls, 8 heats, and then 8 heats on the boys. Okay. So here's our ladies, young ladies lining up for the. Just need the time errors to return to the start end. All right, underway, 50 back. So 25-yard pool. The girls will swim down and back. And the names for heat number 2 are now updated. All right, our swimmers for heat number 2 there. See their names listed. So with the backstroke, swimmers finishing need to clear the pool. All right, names for heat 3 are updated, top right. 8 total heats again on this race for the girls. All right, 4 coming to a finish. Names for 5, top right, and all right, 5 underway. 8 total heats here for the girls. Names for 6 will be updated in a second. Oh. All right, here's our girls in the next race. Seven names updated on the top right. All right, 7 underway. Names for 8 will get updated. 8 will be the last heat. So 7 in the water. Names for 8 are on the top right. All right, here's our entries. Final heat for the ladies. All right, so look, dropping times there. Good swim, ladies. All right, now the boys 50 back. All right, I just turned the page to kind of page 4 of what do we have, 6? Page 4 of 6 on the physical heat sheets. That's right. Yeah. All right, heat 3 about to go. All right, the names for 4 are updated. All right, underway here. That's heat 7 underway. 22-7. What are we going to? We're going to 8 total. So let me get the names updated for that final one. Names are now updated up top. And for any of the families from the area, Chatham has repeated as Mars County swim champs, high school level, both boys and girls. So congratulations to them. But I also saw some common names there from Rainey and Say. So, all right, so that was heat 7. Here's the boys' final heat. Top right, you'll see the names for the girls for the next race, which is a 25 fly. Where are we going? Yes, butterfly. So that was Finn Smith, lane 3, dropping right on his time, 35:41 versus 35:38. All right, going to a 25, so timers are making the walk. All right, take a look behind the blocks. Should be the names for the girls in this race. So upcoming event 23, and we're going to event 34. So again, we go butterfly, breaststroke, and then few relays. So again, we'll have the sequencing through 25s and then 50s. So 25 girls, 25 yard for the girls, 25 yard for the boys, and then we'll get into the 50s for the older kids. All right, underway here. Did I have the wrong entry? I'm sorry if I did. I did. I am so sorry. Those names I put up are the swimmers for heat number 2. All right. So please refer to the scoreboard for the names in this race. I was 1 race early. Yeah, I apologize. I was a little out of sync there trying to get something updated. And all right, so these should be the names. No. Why do we have a swimmer in lane 1? Yeah, she should. Yeah, so 1 needs to step down. She's in the next race. Again, that's a challenge with the 25 since the volunteers aren't behind the blocks. So that was an open lane here in heat 2. That was our swimmer for heat 3. So, all right. I shouldn't talk. I'm having my own challenges getting things correct today. All right, here they are coming in for the finish. Again, with the 25s, we don't have timing devices at that end to stop the scoreboard. So we'll rely on the hand times down there for from the stopwatches. Those will be considered official. All right, now hopefully we're back on cadence here. All right, heat 4 underway. Names for 5 will get updated now. All right, this is the final heat for the girls. Boys lining up behind, and those. Boys' names are now updated on the top right. We'll swing back to the start. We'll see them. All right, so this is event 24. Moving on to heat 2. We have 7 heats on the boys' side. All right, underway here, heat number 2. Okay, entries for 3 are now updated on the top right. Oh. All right, so that was, in a sense, a bad start for the starter. Some of the boys went off. Since it is a short race, they won't attempt to stop him. We might, it's not my decision, but they could rerun that whole race. So we see the one official going down the far end. He's walking off camera there, but he might try and capture the boys and run them at the end. Yeah, so it's a little hard to see. Where can we get that? Yeah, so the head official's talking to Coach Pat from Summit. So the couple options there would be to run them at the end of this. What do we have? 24-5. Yeah, we have 7 heats, so we'll give the boys a couple minutes to cool down a little. Or they could run these at the end of the... Well, they couldn't. No. It's a little hard since this is the last of the 25, so... As soon as I can see what's going on, I'll let you know. Yeah, so it's a little hard to see, but it looks one of the volunteers is walking those boys. Oh, a little hard to see. Top of the screen, there's... Yep, it looks like they're going to bring them back. Might run them in a little bit. All right, so what happened there, the official inadvertently hit the start without bringing everybody to a ready, so ready in a set kind of position. So some of the boys just went off on it, some didn't react as quickly, and then realized, hey, I should go and swim this, so. All right. So those boys that you see, what was that? Okay, now I don't even know if I'm in sync. All right, so we're off with Heat 5 here. Look at the scoreboard on the top left for names. Sorry. All right, so we're in Heat 5 now. The names for 6 are updated in the top right. All right, so I think this is, let me see the caps. Oh, got to get on the right camera. Yeah, it looks like Greater Monmouth in 1 and 2, and then Summit. So, all right, so we're underway here. Heat 6, trying to piece it together. I'll give you the names for 7, and then I'm assuming we're then to rerun that previous one. All right, so the names on the top right are the entries for 7. Okay, we jump back here. Let's see, we have a Summit and then a Greater Monmouth. Yep. All right. All right, so this is our Heat 7. And we'll see if we reload the boys in that false start. What I'm going to display just on the top right are the girls that potentially would be racing. I don't know what the order is. Let me look over the wall, see if I see anything. All right, so I think we're going to squeeze in the boys for that. Back. So this is what I think's going to happen. Am I just going out on a limb? Yeah, so as you can see, the boy there in lane 1, Summit Cap. I think they're going to slot in the boys. So this, again, I'm sorry if I'm going out on a limb, but I think this is the race they're going to rerun. I don't know if it's all the boys. I see a boy in 1 and 5. All right. So I am speculating a little, but I don't know if they captured all the boys. All right. So it looks like they're trying to round up the other boys that were in that race so we can get a clean race. That's the delay. I guess as long as we're somewhere with the TV by 8 something, whatever kickoff is, we'll be all good. All right, so might chalk it up to what does Mike know, because all the timers and they are starting to come back. So we're not swimming at 25. All right, so let me get my stuff updated. Looks like we're going with the girls. I'm sorry I'm not there for... All right, first heat of the girls, 50 fly underway. So I shouldn't assume that's what we're doing. It looked like that's what we're doing. All right, so girls down and back, 50 fly. Names for the second heat are updated on the top right. All right, so now we're going to move on to heat number 2. And the names for heat 3 are updated. So we have 5 total heats here for the girls, and then we have 6 on the boys' side. 37.66. Great swim there by Sophia, I think. Yeah, lane 3. Dropping like 3 seconds, 37.66 on a 40.92 seed. All right, 5 underway. Final heat. Names for the first heat of the boys are updated. Top right. Dropping tons of time there. Lane 2, Mackenzie Atkins came in on 39.50, just swam at 35.93. Awesome swim. All right, here come the boys. All right. I'm a little confused. There we go. The board for a while had 24.4. They just updated that. I was a little. So I don't control the scoreboard. That's done in-house. And so 26.1 is the correct race we're on. And we're going to finish.
Don't be afraid. Race. Go as fast as you can.
All right, here we go at Heat 2. Names for Heat 3 are updated on the top right. Six two. 46 there for Regis. Came in on a 54. It's like a 7.5 second drop. All right. There's the boys' names. Next race, Heat 3. Shout out to James Veltri there in lane 1. Hometown boy. Huh? A little bit. All right. We're underway here, Heat 3. Looks like everybody's dropping times there. Those seeds in there were 54s, 53s. So good job, boys. All right, heat 4 up. All right, names for Heat 5 are on top. Go Giants.
Thank you.
All right, 5 underway. Final heat on deck. So on top right are the swimmers for Heat 6, our final heat. Sorry if I wasn't clear. Big swim up there. Fitzsimmons, with first name Luke, came in with the 42.17. Oh, I was on the wrong camera. Sorry, Luke. 42.17. He swam a 36.29. Awesome swim. All right, entries for the final heat here for the boys. Okay, underway. So I'll get the names for the girls moving into the 25-yard breaststroke. So up top right, girls, first heat of the 25 breaststroke. We'll have a short pause after this. Again, the officials going end to end. 26, 31-11. I'm sorry, I was looking. Aiden Marino. Nice swim. All right, so the timers are making their walk to the other end. How are we doing on schedule? So I got 3:43 real time. So this thought it should be at 3:22. So again, little slight delays, nothing crazy. All right, so here we are. This is that missed race. I got it. I was way ahead of you. Pat's making sure we're in tune. So this is in a re-race, the boys 25 fly. So if you look at the top left on the scoreboard, we're going to slot this in here. And then hopefully if any of these boys are also swimming the 25 breast, quick. I'm looking Saab, Pack, Donofrio. I don't see him, but it'll give him a little bit of rest. All right, so if anybody's just joining us, we had a I don't want to call it a false start. I don't know how to describe. I guess it is. I'm not an official, so I don't know what the terminology. If anybody out there can put a label on it that's more accurate. So the official didn't bring the swimmers to a ready or set position, and the strobe and the horn went off. So some of the boys started, some waited a little bit, and then went. So we're going to rerun that race, and that was a 25 fly. You see it top center, 24-4. So event 24, heat 4. So we'll run that, and then we'll come back to event 27, heat 1. So hopefully everybody's in tune with what's going on. If anybody does have a better description of what that's referred to when it's an inadvertent start. There was an inadvertent start, so they're rerunning this. We're actually at 27. 27. Oh, yeah. Well, it's pretty powerful. So that's like you're doing this. Well, that's it. It's like using PowerPoint. All right, so here we go. Here's our racers. Again, we're just running one boys in here. We didn't have all the boys come back. Okay, and then we'll resume with event 27. Wrong camera. As opposed to I take a track file and massage it based on the name. All right, so underway 27-1 here for the girls. So we're back on course. Resume our regularly scheduled programming. And the names for the girls in the next heat are now updated on the top right. All right, again, I hope everybody's enjoying the coverage. I try and keep everybody informed what's going on. It is a full house here, so said it earlier, maybe if you lost, I think the restriction was one parent per family. So maybe if you lost that draw, maybe being home is a little easier, so I'm trying to make it as enjoyable. All right, so that was our heat 1. Again, we're at 27, so we have the girls here, then we go the boys, and then we have the 50 breaststrokes. Okay, underway. And again, I don't know if anybody's just joining, another just housekeeping. The internet was a little slow today, so I'm not sending the live stream with full quality. It should be pretty good, I hope. I do have a recording which I'll upload with a little higher quality, so if tomorrow, next day, you feel like rewatching or want to share with somebody else to watch for the first time, I would suggest looking for that. So it'll be a separate upload, and it'll have a similar name. I'll just put some sort of flag on it so you can see that it's the higher quality. If you do have any questions, you can get in touch with me through the About page. There's a link to email address, or if you want, it's Common Guy Sports NJ. So all one big word, Common Guy Sports NJ at gmail.com. Names for Heat 4 are now updated on the top right. Now on the top right are our swimmers for Heat 5. Again, Heat 5 of 6. Now in the top right, you see our swimmers for the 6th and final heat for the girls here in the 8 and under 25 breast. All right, final heat for the girls in the water. And on the boys' side, we have 4 heats. Boys for Heat 1 are on the top right now. All right, names for Heat 3 are updated on the top right. And again, we have 4 total heats for the boys. And then we'll have 6 heats for the girls in the 50. All right, Heat 3 in the water, names for Heat 4, the final heat on the top right. It's a little hard to see, but right there, Cameron Ossemeyer in lane 5 looked like great improvement time. He came in with the 33 seed. Again, a little hard that we're not getting times up on the board. Okay, final heat. All right, in the top right, you'll see the names for the first heat of the girls in the 50. All right, again, if you look at Meet Mobile later today, you'll see the official times for everything that did not have the touchpads or the timers associated. So now all the timers are making their way back to the start end. Here's our girls lineup for the first of 6 of the 50 breaststroke. Again, this upcoming event 29. Then we have the boys event 30, 50 breaststroke. We'll have 8 heats there. And then we're moving into freestyle relays. 8 and unders are swimming 100. We have 2 heats girls, 2 heats boys. Event 33 is 200 freestyle. And the same thing, we have 2 heats girls, 2 heats boys. So, it's coming up event 29. So initially this was targeted to be here at 3:32. So yeah, we're 25 minutes late. So. Thanks for sticking around with us. Hope you're enjoying the coverage. Here we go. 50 breaststroke, 2 lengths of the pool. All right, here we go. Heat 2. 54 of 55. It's a nice 4 and change drop there. Lane 3, Allison Takan. All right, again, I apologize if I'm just, as I see significant drops or swimmer outpacing the field, I like to highlight it. Running this as a one-man show, so I can't read all the names, nor I'm going to miss some highlights, so I apologize if I did not mention something significant. So these meets move very fast. Something that we've talked about doing with more of like the championship style where there's pauses in between would be doing things like swimmer interviews and acknowledgments during the meets. So as the style of meet changes, we'll try and incorporate those aspects of it. This sense it's very quick overhead starts one after another. There's a 4 3/4 drop. Quincy Clausen there up in lane 5. Oh, wait, did I have the wrong one? Shucks. I did not. Sorry. Sorry, I displayed the wrong names again. I'm slipping here. All right. Heat 4 in the water. Names for 5 are updated on the top right. All right. Heat 4 in the water. Here are the names for Heat 5 upcoming. Getting some energy out of the crowd there. You see it on the bottom. Towel or banner of some sort. Now the names for Heat 6 are updated on the top right. That'll be our final heat for the girls in this event. Summit Y pulling out the cheer in there on the bottom right. So we got a race here. Looks like lane 3's gonna hold her off. Isabel Klosky. Oh, I'm sorry, we're on the wrong heat. Kira Perot. All right, final heat. All right. Names for the boys for the 50 breast for their Heat 1 of 8 on the top right. All right, here we go. I have 3 entries. I don't know, they're a little confusing. There's somebody in one. All right, underway. Heat 1, one of 8. All right, here's our entries for Heat 2. All right. I don't know if you heard that. The official said stand, and some of the boys were itching and went. So. All right, underway with Heat 2. Names for 3 are on the top right. Again, this is our final individual race. We have 8 heats here of this 50 breast, and then we'll move into some freestyle relays. So Edmund Keys there had a seed of 105.97, came in at 48.03. So Edmund being a 9-year-old, nice swim. Okay, here we go. Next heat. Come on. Where's he gonna? 26 Perez. So it was like a 5-second drop there for Devin Perez in lane 3. Nice swim. So the official was asking for quiet during the start. It is still pretty noisy. All right, underway, heat 4. Lane 3. 3-second drop there from Daniel Skurzinski, lane 3. So there you'll see lane 3, the volunteer behind put the clipboard on the starting block because the official is expecting the official has a list, doesn't expect that lane to be open. So it's the responsibility of that volunteer to acknowledge that there's no swimmer present. So that could be, somebody gets sick and goes home, or somebody just totally misses it. So if you are ever volunteering as a timer, the one with the clipboard, that's the protocol, is that you acknowledge you don't have a swimmer in this particular race and hold your clipboard above the starting block. Tight race here. This heat 5. Couple second drop there up in lane 6, Augustin Smith. Okay. That's Coach Pat taking charge. All right, 6 is in the water, 7 names are up top. And again, we have 8 total heats here. All right, heat 7 up. And the names for the final heat are now on the top right. Again, this is our last individual race. Got a 3 or maybe a 4-way. Lane 6 pulling it up. Where's the money? Lane 4? Lane 3. 4 didn't get a good touch. All right. Here's our names. All right. Final individual race, final heater. All right, sounds like somebody made a significant cut. Second or third place swimmer, I think, based on the reaction, but good swim, Patrick, to take the win there. All right, so here we go with relays. Again, we're starting with the 100 free, so we have some swimmers at the far end. So they'll be swimming 25s. The swimmers at the far end, since it's shallow, will be getting in the pool and starting that way. So here's our lane assignments. I don't know why that camera was flickering. All right, so we have 3 lanes. Again, it's 100, so 4 swimmers, each swimming 1 length of the pool. Swimmers at the start end will go off the block. Swimmers at the far end will start in the pool. So they don't get the great surge coming off the block, but it's fair across every individual team is under the same scenario. All right, if anybody's jumping off because you don't have swimmers in the relays, thanks for joining. Again, I'd love to get feedback. You can post it here, give it to your coach, and it'll make its way to me. Or you can email us, commonguysportsnj@gmail.com. Again, hope you enjoyed the coverage. All right, here we go. Again, 100 free, so 4 swimmers, each swimming 1 length. So there's a swimmer in lane 5. I don't know what team. Looks like a red cap, so I'm guessing that's Monmouth, Greater Monmouth. Oh, okay. Oh, so that swimmer just swam a 25 free. And again, maybe just a makeup. She might have missed an event. So kudos, compliments to the Summit officials and coaching staff getting that set up. You try and find a slot where you have a similar distance race or a relay, and you can slot them in there. So, okay. So we're at 50. We're at halfway mark here on this race. Let me get the names updated for the next heat. All right, so the names on the top right is the next heat for the girls. So that'll be the final race for any girls today. The second. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Take that back. It'll be the last race for any 8 and under girls. Here's our finish. Again, we have 2 heats here. Then we go boys 100 free, and then we'll have the 200 free for the girls and boys. Sorry. Good job, lane 1. Quickly on the block, goggles on. She's all ready to race. Okay. And again, I didn't have individual names there, so I couldn't address her directly, but awesome job getting ready and up on the block. So the lineup for our next race is on the top right. That'll be the first heat of the boys of the 100 freestyle relay. All right, lane 3 coming in for a finish. Yeah, so the other challenging part about the relays with the little kids, the timing system has a lockout period. So after a swimmer touches the wall, it won't look for another touch for a period of time. And that varies. It's a configuration. Sometimes they have it 15 seconds. So sometimes when relays, swimmer finishes, touches the wall, but if they're not quick to get out of the pool within that period of time when those timing systems not in that lockout, them climbing out could potentially trigger an additional tap on the wall. So I think that's what occurred there in lane 1 because they had a first place finish time, but they were not leading. So. All right, this is the first of 2 for the younger boys. The names for the heat 2 of 2 for the younger boys are on the top right. And again, I don't have all the individual entries, so hopefully you can identify them by either their start dive in or their stroke. Oh, a little slow. All right. All right. Heat 2 of 2 for the boys. 8 and unders. And then we'll move to the 200-yard for the older girls. Now you can see those lane assignments on the top right. All right, so as we can see, field spread out a lot, trying to capture as much as I can there. Here's our 2 lead teams coming right to left, lane 3 and then lane 2. So next up, event 33, 9 and 10-year-old 200 freestyle relay. So in this case, every swimmer is going to go off the block, swimming 50 down and back. All right, again, this is heat 1 of 2 in the water. The names for heat 2 are on the top right. So as swimmers get older, they'll develop the skill of judging the swimmer coming in and then leaving. Some will kind of set their fingers up almost like a target and then follow them in. So you see some swimmers timing it very well. All right, well, I imagine you heard that. It's terrible. Underway. All right. So that's Greater Monmouth in lane 3. They're leading us out, followed by Summit in 4. All right, and on top right are the first entries in event 34, which is the boys' side of this 200 free relay. All right, so middle of the pool, going right to left. That's our lead swimmer, our lead team there coming in to finish. 2:10:52. All right, so that's the end of the girls' events for today. We have 2 more heats of the older boys, and then we'll wrap it up. All right, let's see where these. Yeah, so we have 3 lanes. Why am I have this incorrect? Sorry. Hold on. Did I not update it? I am sorry. I'm a little slow. Look at that. I'm dragging. All right, so this is what it should look like. 3 lanes, first heat, and 6 lanes in the second heat. All right. So it's not quiet during the start. It's very hard for everybody to realize where we are, what we're doing. So I saw a case there. So there was 1 no-show. I think the swimmer in 3 was expecting somebody else to step up next to him. They didn't. And the official, we went. All right, and on the top right now we see the entries for our last race. again, in these relays, the letter there designates kind of the order or the ranking among a given team. So, say Summit Area Y has an A team, or an A entry, I should say. I shouldn't say A team. All right, and then you also see B's and C's there. So, that's what the letter designates. Sorry, I missed that start. All right, here's our final race of the day. I imagine it's going to be exciting. So, if you've been with us this long, stick around. So that's Greater Monmouth there in lane 3 leading out. So as they come back and touch, that'll be halfway. That'll be 100 complete, 2 legs done. Lane 5 made a great effort there, almost reeled in lane 2. Lane 2 held him off. So. All right, ladies and gentlemen, again, thanks for joining us. This stream will be up there. And then if you are interested in something to rewatch, a little higher quality, take a look in a day or two. I'll upload the other recordings. And I appreciate you joining. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of the weekend. And we'll see you soon. Take care. Thank you. Just for you.